Hello guys, Barton PABrewNews. Got a beer here from the Founders Brewing Company, a 2016 vintage of their Project Pam, the Black India Pale Ale brewed in maple syrup bourbon barrels. This had a little bit of a jostling around effect, so if it blows up, that's on totally me. I'll just blame me. Easier that way. 10.8% alcohol by volume, I do believe. And yeah, so here it is, the label. A little crinkly with age, a little crinkly. But I've had this before, 2 or 3 times, but it was all that year, so I haven't had it since. Little foam rising up, but other than that, everything kind of went okay. Got a little crap right there. Before I do that, I just noticed there's a little bit of crap. That's on the outside, okay. Alright, good. Hearty pour for this one. Up there. So that's right about there. Project Pam. Ring around the rosy. Khaki a little off-white tan-colored head. Light khaki-colored head. A little bit of ruby hues from the bottom of the glass, but other than that, pretty dark overall. I can see a little bit of a streaming carbonation coming through on that one. Alcohol, of course, alcohol, wow, alcohol legs sticking from that 10.8% alcohol by volume for sure. Little proteins riding the glass when I wash it around a little bit. Listen to some Dimension, my friend from Long Island's band. Ooh, itching my leg, got some poison on me. That's so fucking great. Okay, let's smell this thing. Cheers. You know the weirdest thing? Now that it's a little bit older, now this might sound completely insane, but it reminds me of just putting my nose right into CBS now. There is a little bit more floral and earthy characters coming out of this one, a little bit of that, with spiciness too coming out, a little pepperiness, a little bit more so than CBS, but it has that kind of sweet maple syrup smell. It's that more like, it's a soft earthy tone mixing with caramel from the bourbon, and then a lot of just notes of toffee behind it, bringing up a lot of pepperiness. Little butterscotch in this one too coming up. I didn't really pull butterscotch out of CBS, but I'm getting a little butterscotchy tones, vanilla tones as well. Spicy, a lot of like, I guess, a little bit of earthy and floral tones coming in the back of them, with some of the hops dying down even more than they already were died down in 2016. But yeah, just a lot of sweet tones, butterscotch, caramel, toffee, vanillas, mixing with all those floral qualities. Let's get into it. Cheers. Wow, that's different. Yeah, it's definitely different. Actually, now that I drank that, you get like a stinging nettle, herbal quality, almost a hint of mint too. Very odd. It's just all these hops kind of aging and playing along with each other. Definitely roasty, toasty tones. You get the smoke, a little char from the roast, from the black IPA side of things. So you're gonna get a little bit of that stout quality. So it wasn't the most weirdest thing in the world that I got a little bit of a CBS off the nose as well with the age. Yeah, but there is a big floral and herbal essence to this one now that it's aged. You get a sprig of like stinging nettle and a hint of something that reminds me of a spearmint way in the back too, mixing together. And that's all those hops kind of compiling themselves. It's definitely different than it used to be. It used to be like, it was very candy forward, very caramel covered fruits and stuff like that. Now that the soft hints of those citrus notes and stuff, they've kind of dissipated all the way down. Now you're getting into that little bit of that earthy tone, not all the way cardboardy, but you're just starting to get those musty tones coming through, and more herbal floral notes. Or yeah, herbal floral notes. I'm not getting any dark fruit out of this. Even with the age, it's 10.8%. It's still basically toffee, caramel. You could get a sprig of raisin or just a hint of raisin, that's about it. But more toffee, caramel, vanilla, butterscotch, spicy tones from that bourbon coming through. It's definitely an enjoyable drink. It still carries a heavy price tag around here, unfortunately. I was happy to see it, to give it a go, but it's one of those beers with the price tag. It's hard to keep buying it and buying it and buying it. It's still $10 less than CBS, don't get me wrong, but it's still a heavy price tag. You know what I'm getting with all that sprigs of stinging nettle now that I just clicked into my head? And these people, I just got it. There's a sprig of that, as I said, a strange mint quality and that stinging nettle. I don't like this flavor, so as soon as it really hit me, I knew exactly what it was that I couldn't wrap my head around. Black licorice. Black licorice is coming through this now, and it did not come out before, but you're getting a hit right when you get done drinking it. A big black licorice is coming out of this now. So if you like Sambuca and stuff like that, you'll definitely get into this beer now. With the age, it's bringing this black licorice quality to it. It's in spades now. Now that I got it, I can't unget it, if you know what I mean. Toffee, caramel, vanilla, black licorice, pepperiness. It took me a bit to like get the old factory reception going, but once I did, this is a black licorice bomb now. So if you guys like your black licorice, there's no doubt in my mind you'll enjoy this one. It's aged, it's changed, and with that, the black licorice just came with it, because before that, I've had this a few times, there was no notes of that at all. It was more citrus forward and nuances of a little bit of herbal, and not herbal, more floral and spicy tones. But now, all those citrus tones have gone. You're getting more into those herbal tones, and now that black licorice has come up in spades. But you still get that nice peppery bourbon, that caramel toffee. Now we get some butterscotch in here too, and that maple syrup is still playing strong. It comes in a different way though. It's mineralistic. It's a little bit of nuance of overburnt caramels mixing with the regular caramel that's in there. You get a little bit of nuance of that. It's still nice. It's just like KBS. It's definitely a very interesting beer. Cheers, William. Definitely an interesting beer, just like CBS is. It might not be for everyone, and it does carry a hefty price tag still around the market, but it's changed. And again, if you like black licorice, you should pick this one up and give it a go, because 2016 Project PAM is developing into one of those licorice bombs. Starry Anise. It's not really Starry Anise, it's more upfront licorice. Starry Anise has that nuance of black licorice. This is black licorice. Anyway, this has been Paul from PABrewNews. Project PAM is still drinking amazingly well. It's changing nuance, but it's not deteriorating. Whatever I try to say it there. It's one of those things that are, it's very interesting to see how different beers from different breweries evolve and change. Sometimes they de-evolve, you know what I mean? But this one's definitely changing, and it's definitely not going sour. It's not ruining its complexity at all. It's actually gaining different complexities, and I didn't expect black licorice at all when I bought this, but it's one of those ones. I'm not a big black licorice fan, but I am happy to find that nuance in here and to see how the beer's changed, and I still like it. I'm going to give it an 8.5 for the 2016 Project PAM. It's definitely something I think everyone should seek out and try, just to see how your palate has evolved since you've had it last time, or how this and that, stuff like that. Sparky. Oh, it's working out. Yeah, Sparky. Drunken One. We're going to hang out in just a little bit too, so I don't know if he's going to do it on his channel, go live or whatever, but Drunken One and I will have some ill-mannered frivolity after this. Yeah, it's very light though. It's light, it's drinkable, it's refreshing. It still has that IPA quality to it. It's not dark and broody. It's something that you'll get full of drinking. So these 750s are something that you shouldn't be scared of for sure. Give it a go and see what you said. Again, if you can find this at a Raw J deal where they basically give you a free one when you buy one for $1, go for it. Again, other than that, they're going to carry a little bit of a price tag. But other than that, they're worth trying once. I mean, most beer in the world, I think everyone, should expand their horizons and try at least everything once just to see what it does for you. So this has been Paul from PABrewNews. I've waffled on way too long. Thank you for joining me, Drinking One and William, and I'll see you guys on another beer review. Cheers. Bye-bye. Come on, hit the button. Bye-bye.